Today we're going to read the story Parts by Ted Arnold. He wrote Green Wilma and Green Frogs in Space. Can't remember the title of it perfectly, but we've enjoyed some of his stories before. He's really good. Today when we read Parts, I want you to think about settings. We spent a lot of time talking about settings being places. School, home, the store, park. But we need to start talking more about settings also being a time. We have talked a little bit about it, but it can be a time of day. It can be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It can be time as in a season, summer, winter, spring, and fall. But it can also be times like it's time to go to bed, it's time for bath, it's dinner time, it's lunchtime. So times are also a setting. So as we read the story, I want you thinking about settings of places and also settings of time. Enjoy the story, you guys. Parts. Okay, as we read this story today, I want you guys thinking about settings. Remember, settings can be a place, but they can also be a time. Okay, here we go with Parts. Ted Arnold. Ted Arnold is both the illustrator and the author. He wrote the words and drew the pictures. I just don't know what's going on or why it has to be, but every day it's something worse. What's happening to me? I think it was 3 days ago. The first I became aware that in my comb were caught a couple pieces of my hair. So what's the setting here for time? 3 days ago. Let's keep reading. I stared at them, amazed and more than just a bit appalled to think that I was only 5 and starting to go bald. Then later on, I don't recall exactly when it was, I lifted up my shirt and found this little piece of fuzz. So the setting changed. Not exactly sure when, but the setting of time has changed. I stared at it, amazed, and wondered, what's this all about? But then I understood, it was my stuffing coming out. Next day when I was outside playing with the water hose, I saw that little bits of skin were peeling from my toes. So it's the next day. That's part of the setting, but also he's outside now. So it's place setting as well. I stared at them, amazed, and then I gave a little groan. I think that pretty soon I might be peeled down to the bone. Then yesterday, before my bath, as I took off my clothes, a chunk of something gray and wet fell right out of my nose. I stared at it, amazed, and thought I should be feeling pain. Well, wouldn't you if you had just lost a little piece of brain? So now, today, I'm sitting here enjoying Dr. Seuss, and suddenly I realize a tooth is coming loose. I wiggle it, amazed, dismayed, too horrified to speak. Without my teeth, how can I eat? Already I feel weak. Now I'm really worried. I'm as scared as I can be, 'cause finally what's happening is very clear to see. The glue that holds our parts together
isn't holding me. And now I'm thinking to myself, what's next in line to go? Maybe my ears? Might be my eyeballs. How's a kid to know? One day I might be playing ball and have my arm fall off. Or maybe I could lose my head if suddenly I cough. Quite soon I'll be in pieces, in a pile without a shape. Thank goodness Dad keeps lots and lots and lots of masking tape. What? You forgot to tell me teeth fall out? And when they do, some brand new teeth will soon begin to sprout? My hair, my skin, and everything? There's nothing I should fear? So all of me is normal? Whew, that's really good to hear. Then tell me, what's this yellow stuff I got out of my ear? The end.
Parts. Yeah, it always sort of makes me laugh. What kids think. So that was a cool story. I asked you guys to think about settings. As we were reading it, I was talking to you guys about the settings, and we started off just as it's in the morning. 3 days ago, he was combing his hair. So 3 days ago was a setting. We talked about later on, that's more time, don't know exactly when. His stuffing was coming out. We then talked about the next day as a setting, but also where was he? He was outside. So we kept talking. Well, here's another setting, bath time. You know, bath time might be a different time every day on the clock, but when mom and dad say it's time to go take a bath, what time is it? It's bath time. So that's definitely a setting. Okay, looking around and his little piece of brain falling out. Here he is, it's reading time. It's nap time maybe. So there's all these different times of day that are also settings in a story. So when you're telling a story about a spooky story your brother and sister told you, are they going to tell you that right first thing in the morning? Or are they going to tell you a spooky story right before bed when it's bedtime? I think they're going to try to scare you guys, so watch out. Have fun when you're reading stories and start thinking about settings, not just places, but also times. See you later.